You get attrition and you get high turnover because maybe somebody might go into the role and it's a really high pressure job. You know, it's no walk in the park working in a call center. You've got your metrics, you've got your high volume of calls coming through, customer service, you've got a lot of complaints. So it's not an environment that all people are going to love. The times where you may see a higher turnover than normal, it usually comes down to perhaps the company culture isn't where it should be. You know, it's such a competitive jobs market at the moment, and if somewhere isn't a positive environment to work, you'll see a lot of your staff you know, moving on elsewhere. So that's usually when you can see the turnover getting quite high. I think the first thing and the most important thing is to have a clear and set out career path. Reward and recognition is really important as well. Again, people in these roles work really, really hard. So you're getting, you know, sometimes people, if they're working really hard in a role and it's not recognized, it can be quite disheartening. And if, you know, that's not recognized, they can decide to leave. Staff wellness is really important as well. So, you know, making sure that all the staff are happy, and just again, like I said, that human element where people are going to want to come into work, and if a job shows up that might be a little bit flashier or a little bit more exciting, you know, the reason that they'll decide to stay is how they're treated by their company and how they're made feel by their company. And if that isn't present, they're more likely to leave. If there's anything I've learned from my time in recruitment, is there's plenty of candidates that can do the job, but what you need to do is work with a candidate that will stay in the job. So screening for that at an early stage, particularly for roles like call centre roles, you really, really need to push to ensure that it's something that they want to stay in long term. And the lifespan in a lot of these jobs is 12 months to 2 years, and that's great when you're, you know, working with entry-level candidates, but what you're not looking for is somebody that's going to stay 2 to 3 months, go through the training, and put a drain on the company in terms of, you know, that could have been somebody else that really wanted the job and really wanted to stay there.